In this lecture session 3, I am going to present the gate characteristics of a thyristor. Before going into this topic, let me draw a basic diagram. This is the simple construction of SCR. I think it's known by everyone. It has 4 layers, PN, 3 junctions, J1, J2 and J3, and 3 terminals, anode, cathode and gate. Okay? For this topic, we are going to plot the gate characteristics. That is why gate to cathode should be biased. Or we can say, on the other hand, the gate should be more positive with respect to cathode. That means we can apply a supply across gate to cathode, and we assume the supply voltage is Vg and the gate current is Ig. In this particular case, we can see when the supply voltage has given across gate to cathode, then the positive gate current starts flowing from gate to cathode and across the junction J3. That means we can draw this thing very clearly. It is behaving like a just PN junction diode. That is J3, and this is gate terminal, and this is cathode. And we know the characteristics of an ideal diode, that is defined by this picture, where in forward conduction mode it will this one, and in reverse direction the characteristics will this one. In this characteristics plot, we consider this one is V and this one is I. So we can change the axes, here I and here V. Then we can draw the characteristics in terms of current axis I and voltage V. Then it can be represented by this characteristics. That means both are actually same thing. Just we are replacing the axis. Here it was I and now it is V. It was V, now it is I. That is why the curve has changed in this manner. So we can conclude that the gate characteristics of an SCR, that is similar to a diode characteristics, as the junction J3, which is behaving like a PN junction, where gate is connected directly to the P layer and K is connected directly to the N layer. Just similar this diagram. That is why we can say this is the actually gate characteristics of the SCR. But for some application purpose, there is a several type of characteristics can be occurred for different type of resistivity due to presence of 4 layers and 3 junctions. Actually, for different type of SCR, the doping concentration or the doping density can be differed. That is why this is completely depends on the manufacturer, and due to which we should consider a maximum allowable resistance across the 3 junctions and 4 layers and minimum allowable resistance. So, through this slide, we can assure you that is a SCR can be triggered and turned on when a positive gate voltage Vg is applied between gate and cathode, or a positive gate current Ig starts flowing from gate to cathode. The value of Vg and Ig are not restricted to a specific value. Rather, it varies over a wide range and depends upon the gate characteristics of the SCR. In a SCR, the gate is connected to the cathode through a PN junction, resembles a diode. Therefore, the VI characteristics of a gate is similar to a diode. Due to different types of doping density as well as a doping concentration across the PN layers, there are considerable range of characteristics within a given production batch. Individual thyristor having characteristics as shown in this figure, like this is Vg, this is Ig, and we can consider a low resistance path. This is a kind of characteristics for a thyristor, and this is another characteristics of the thyristor which can represent by high resistance limit. So consider this is high resistor limit, and this is suppose low resistance limit. That means the gate characteristics of any kind of SCR that should be lies between this two maximum and minimum range of resistance path or resistance limit. Okay, so we can say the gate characteristics of the thyristor which cannot above the high resistance limit, as well as the gate characteristics of the thyristor which cannot below the low resistance limit. All the cases, it should be present between this region and which is confined by high resistance limit and low resistance limit. So we can say these all are the actual characteristics of the individual thyristor for a given type. Okay. Let me consider two things. Number one, that is suppose Ig max or IgM, and this is suppose Vg max or VGM. These 2 points defines the maximum amount of or maximum allowable gate current IgM and maximum allowable gate voltage, that is VGM. Similarly, we can consider two other points, this one and suppose this one, which is defined by suppose X O and suppose XY. What is this? That means X OX is the minimum amount of gate current up to which the thyristor cannot be fired. So we should apply the gate current above OX, then the thyristor can be turned on. Similarly, in terms of gate voltage VG, OY is the minimum amount of gate voltage up to which the thyristor cannot be turned on. So we should apply the gate voltage above OY. Then the thyristor can be turned on. One more thing, if we consider that now we can add these 2 points by the dotted line. Additionally, we consider another line that is actually defined by suppose B, and this is suppose A. That means we can say this is actually B point. Okay, this is B and this is suppose A. So we can say OA is the amount of voltage this is not capable to turn on the thyristor. Okay, that means we can say in this particular region, I am talking about O, A, B and X. If we consider any one point that will define the amount of current and voltage that is not capable to turn on the thyristor. But in this particular case, I am talking about A, Y, B and A. If we consider the any point which is precisely give the value of Vg and Ig, through which the thyristor can be turned on, somehow the thyristor cannot be turned on. That is why this region is called uncertain region, because the turn on phenomena is completely uncertain. This region is called non-firing region, a non-triggering region, as the any point of voltage and current that is not able to turn on the thyristor. Okay, that means we can easily identify X IgM is the reasonable amount of the current through which the thyristor can be turned on, and Y and VGM is the permissible amount of the gate voltage by which we can trigger the thyristor. That is why if we consider any point over here between X and IgM and between Y to VGM, if we can plot in this same plane Vg and Ig, then we can have this kind of characteristics. Okay, so you can draw similarly like this kind of characteristics, which is called actually the average power dissipation from the SCR. If we consider this one is suppose curve 2, this one is suppose curve 1, and this is the average power from the given value of Ig and Vg, which is defined by PGAV or average gate power, then we can conclude this is the line and this is the line. That means the confined region is, and which is defined by the all lines, and here I am representing by these green lines, this is called certain firing region. Means the thyristor must be turned on by using any value of Vg and Ig in between this particular green colored area. Okay, that is why this is called the area of certain firing. Okay, So from this figure we can conclude that OX is the minimum amount of gate current up to which the thyristor is not able to fire. OY is the minimum amount of gate voltage up to which the thyristor cannot be fired properly, and O small a is the minimum amount of the gate voltage that is not able to fire the thyristor. That means always we should give the particular amount of gate voltage within the permissible amount, that is above A and below VG. Okay, so we can say VG is the maximum amount of gate voltage up to which the gate cathode junction or J3 will not be damaged, and this is the certain firing region in which the thyristor can be fired or thyristor becomes turned on without any disturbance. So by considering this particular region, in which way we can design the gate driver circuit, that is we are main focused in this session. Now consider the basic structure of gate firing circuit. Consider a thyristor is there, that is anode, that is cathode, that is gate terminal, which is connected to a series resistance R1 to protect maximum amount of current, and which is connected to a parallel resistance, suppose R2, which is able to protect the higher voltage across the gate, and this two terminal is connected to a pulse transformer in this way. This is pulse transformer. Actually, we are using pulse transformer here to isolate the driver circuit from the supply, and normally you are using the pulse train or pulse source to trigger the SCR across the gate terminal. So from this circuit we cannot predict what is the exact value of R1 and R2 for designing purpose. That is why we can convert these two resistances, one series resistance R1 and one parallel resistance R2, in a single resistance. That is why we can convert this driver circuit in a single source circuit or single resistive circuit by using Thevenin equivalent circuit. So we can draw the circuit again, that is E, Thevenin equivalent voltage source, that is RG. This is actually the combination or the internal resistance of the driver circuit or combination of the R1 and R2, which is defined the resistance of the gate, and this is IG, and this is the thyristor, and voltage across this gate and cathode, suppose this is VG. So this is the Thevenin equivalent circuit, in which E is the open circuit voltage source, which is taken from the basic circuit of the firing circuit of the SCR, and RG, that is the combination of R1 and R2. In this case RG equal to R1 parallel to R2, and IG, due to presence of E and Rg, the Ig can be defined and the supply and gate to cathode voltage difference is suppose Vg. So by considering this thing, we can plot the all parameter in this figure. So let me erase something. Okay. So already it is identified that what is the certain firing region. Now by using the Thevenin equivalent circuit, we can have the supply voltage is E, then the current is Ig, and the resistance of the driver circuit represents by Rg. So go to the previous slide. Here, so consider this is E, which is the supply voltage to the gate driver circuit. This is suppose I, which is defined by supply voltage E divided by Rg. This is actually gate current Ig, and if we connect these 2 points, which will give you the load line. Okay, so this is actually load line, the connection between the voltage axis, a particular point, and the particular point on current axis. Now consider for any given type of SCR, the characteristics is just similar to this one, which is defined by suppose curve 3. That means the curve 3 and the load line, which is the connection between the 2 points E and E by Rg, this is called Q point or operating point, which is defined by Q3 for this kind of SCR. That means again we can say when the characteristics curve 2 and the characteristics curve 1, which have coincide on the particular point of load line, it can be defined by suppose Q3 and Q1. That means we can say again the operating point must be present between two allowable operating point, that is Q3 and Q1. And the slope of the load line, which can be represented by suppose A and this point is suppose B. So the slope of the load line can be defined by, that is AB equal to OA by OB. This is the slope of the load line. So actually it represents the resistance of the driver circuit. That means at this particular operating point Q, the amount of current which is flowing through the gate to cathode, that is suppose this is the amount of current represented by suppose OX, and the amount of voltage which is given across the gate to cathode terminal, that is suppose capital Y. So we can say at this particular operating point Q3, the gate characteristics of the particular thyristor 3, it can be operated by the particular value of the gate biasing voltage, that is OY, and at that particular voltage the allowable current is suppose Ox, then the resistance of the driver circuit is represented by Rg. Okay, that means this load line is defined by the resistance as well as, which is the slope of the load line is defined by OA by OB. Suppose we are increasing the load resistance. Suppose we are increasing the gate resistance Rg. So what will be the maximum value of Rg for designing purpose? Here, when the supply voltage is E, then the current due to presence of Rg, that is defined by Eg by Rg. Suppose we are increasing Rg in this way, suppose. Just think about in this way. We are increasing Rg means the slope of the AB should be increased. That means it can be increased in this way. It can be increased in this way. It can be increased in this way. So for designing purpose, the optimal value of Rg can be defined by a particular slope which is just tangential of the average power graph and which is defined by suppose O capital C. This is called critical resistance, just like a machine. Here, this is the maximum slope of the load line or the resistance line up to which the gate to cathode, the current can easily conduct. But above it, suppose we consider it can has the high value, and that is above from AC, then the gate cannot be fired. That is why the maximum allowable gate resistance, that is defined by the slope AC and which is just tangential of the average power characteristics. So this is all about for the gate characteristics of a thyristor. Now, since the thyristor is a current and charge control device, it must be ensured that if the magnitude of the gate current is increased, time taken to inject the required charge for turn on of a thyristor will be reduced significantly. It can also be ensured that gate pulse width should be sufficient enough to allow the anode current to reach and overcome the latching current, IL. Therefore, the gate pulse width must be greater than or equal to the SCR turn-on time, and that can be replaced by the width of the gate pulse T, that should be greater than equal to T turn-on time of any thyristor. Okay? That means if we are applying the triggering pulse T that is less than T on, if the internal anode current will not able to reach IL or latching current, then the thyristor might be turned off at any instant. That is why to make the reliable fire, always try to maintain the time requirement of the application of the gate pulse, that should be high enough with respect to the actual time of turn-on time of SCR. So this is all about for the gate characteristics.